Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the videos. Now I would like to talk with SPSF students. We are
SPSF.
Welcome!
Hi, Mana-san.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good. Okay. Thank you very much for coming today. I'd like to ask you some questions about SPSF and your motivation. Did you choose SPSF, or what attracted you to decide to apply for SPSF?
So in high school, I became really interested in global issues, especially climate change, and I became really involved in my community. And when I started looking for universities, I looked for places where I could possibly study global studies or even sustainable development. And then I came across SPSF, and it stood out to me because it kind of incorporated all of those things. Another thing that I love is that it has a very interdisciplinary nature, so that really attracted me.
I also like to ask you about what kind of subject topics do you take or have been taking for this semester?
I've been taking, in our SPSF program, we have courses that all students have to take, and I've really enjoyed that class. It's great because we get to hear lectures from professors from different departments. We also get to engage in discussions with students from other departments, so it's very interdisciplinary. I also have taken classes in my own department, and I've learned about globalization and why it's important to look at issues from a global perspective and a local perspective. I've also taken other general studies courses. One was about globalization again, and that was very interesting as well.
Very good. How about your friendships? How do you go with your friends?
We've been doing online movie nights. We've also had online get-togethers outside of class. Of course, we've had lots of opportunities to do group projects inside of class, and we've had lots of discussions. So I think we've been able to kind of get close to one another through classes and also outside of class events.
Thank you very much for your time, Mana-san.
Thank you. SPSF is a really great program with a great community. It's a place where we can learn to create better futures for not only ourselves, but also for future generations. Futures where we can create a society that is sustainable and inclusive, and futures where we can learn to thrive together.
Okay, thank you for coming, Max. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm doing very well today.
Okay, I'd like to ask you the two questions basically. The one is about your reasons or motivations, what attracted you to SPSF, and the second one would be more about your experiences on campus. So first, what attracted you or what brought you to SPSF?
When I was in senior high school, there was a lecturer from JICA who talked about his experience as a volunteer in Vanuatu. And at first, the question of his lecture was, how can we help developing countries? But later on, that question became, should we be developing countries? And I felt like SPSF would be the best place to answer that question. And I feel like through the first-year lectures especially, with interdisciplinary approaches from economics, journalism, all these kinds of fields, I have definitely gotten somewhat close to an answer, and I realized that there is no one linear approach to development per se.
That's very true, because we tend to understand that development is the one scale or the one direction, but for the sustainable future, the sustainable development, we must have a lot of choices. And then that's very true, and we understand the situations really for our futures. And what about your life? I mean, the academic life, social life in the Sophia University. Do you have anything to share with us?
I've never been the kind of person with like big friend groups. So one of the things that made SPSF really appealing to me, I guess, was that it's a very small program. So I figured making friends would be a lot easier. And even outside of SPSF, I've joined circles like Humans of Sophia, where we mainly interview faculty, staff, students, even some exchange students about their experiences to sort of give a face to who Sophia is. And when it comes to my friends, we hang around Yotsuya sometimes when it's not in Kinsho, which is near where we all live. In Yotsuya, I really like the park especially. It's just very nice. You can move around and even sit down and talk.
Right, that's very true. Even though the Sophia University is located in very center of Tokyo, but we also feel some nature or the environments, and maybe we can also think about urban ecology or something like that, maybe. And then those environments can also create it as somewhere to think about the sustainability ourselves. Thank you very much for today.
Thank you. University is a time for you to find yourself, to find how you want to express yourself, and to find what you want in the future. Truthfully, there are ways to learn other than your own classes. You will learn from both your friends and from the environment. You will learn what you want to prioritize and what you want to keep away. So I would say that there will be mistakes in university, but that's okay, especially in your first year. You will stumble, you will fall, but you're going to get there at some point. So I would say that you need to keep your options open, that you should always keep your mind open to new things, to change. And remember that you should never give up.
All right. Thank you for coming, Jojo. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Yes.
And I'd like to ask you some questions about, especially focusing on your motivation, reasons why you apply for the SPSF and your experiences in SPSF. And the second question could be something about your campus life or social life in Sophia University. So let me ask you first, what attracted you, or what's the motivation, reasons why you applied for SPSF?
Okay. So I grew up in this environment where there are a lot of foreigners and people who came from diverse countries. And I witnessed them facing some prejudice and biases from other people, and it wasn't a comfortable experience. So I thought I want to change society in a way that make it very inclusive and create like a sustainable society in this Japan.
Mm-hmm. That's very true, because in recent years we have a lot of situations, especially in the social situation, that divided the people into two or more than two, and then maybe that they have a strong reaction to each other, and they sometimes hate each other. And we need to develop the inclusive society as a part of sustainable futures, really. Thank you. Okay, let me ask you the second question. How about your experiences in academic field or the social engagement in Sophia University? Do you have something to share with us?
So first of all, in academic aspect, I enjoyed having a small group discussion time, and we got to exchange our opinions together. And there are a lot of students with diverse background, so there are many ideas and thoughts that I would never thought about it unless I heard from them. So I enjoy getting new ideas, think, and finding solution together.
And maybe you have also visited some places with your friends, maybe?
So Sophia University is in the middle of Tokyo, so you get to go to many places, such as like restaurants or any sports center. And for example, after the late class ended, this is like 7 p.m., we go to a restaurant with my classmates and eat there together and talk. Sometimes discuss about our classes, and sometimes we just build our friendship stronger. And I enjoy those experiences.
Okay. So maybe the Sophia University's location itself is more advantageous than other places, maybe, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for your feedback.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay, Sophia University SPSF is a place where you get to study with students with diverse backgrounds. and enjoy a small group discussion. And I recommend you to Sophia University, and I think it is worth considering as your future career.
All right, Sanjana, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm okay. Thank you for coming today. I'd like to ask you some questions about your life, especially the campus life and SPSF program itself. The first question could be that how's your motivations or the reason, what attracted you for applying for this program, this is SPSF?
So in high school, I was part of a social service program, and we participated in volunteer activities outside of our school, and this made me interested in social issues and development. And when I was looking for universities, I was looking for sustainability, but I wasn't completely sure about what that meant in the first place. So when I was looking at programs and I saw SPSF, I was really intrigued, and I was really interested because I'd never heard of a program that included your degree as well as sustainability. And on top of that, it incorporates programs and different degrees into your curriculum as well. So I thought that interdisciplinary learning was something I was very interested in.
That's right. We try really a new design of the program, especially the interdisciplinary approach, as well as taking the combination or creating something new between those disciplinary or the departments. Okay, let me ask you another things about your campus life or your social life in Sophia University. Do you find any differences? Maybe from the last year you have been in all online situation, and did you have some comments about that?
Well, there's been a huge difference since last year. All the classes have been mostly offline now, and because of that, I'm able to attend campus every day and meet my classmates and my friends, and it's made a huge difference. And what I really like is that nowadays I'm also able to attend classes from other programs as well. So I'm also able to meet students from other departments such as FLA, and I've been able to meet new people and learn more than my own department. And on top of that, the classes are quite small, so it's easy to have one-on-one interactions with teachers and just engage in discussions. And I think that made me really more interested in the classes that I was taking. And going back to online classes, there's still the option of having online classes. I have about 2 classes that are online and the rest are offline. So I think having that kind of flexibility really was useful for me, and it was really useful for my coursework.
How about the other social life or the social aspect of the Sophia University?
Well, it's definitely really much easier to talk to people, and I think I've been able to talk to different kinds of people a lot through just the lunch spots and visiting different places. Like there's an Indian spot in the end of the campus, and it has really good food there. And just exploring those places.
So maybe the location of university is something advantageous for some choices. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your talk today.
Thank you. SPSF is an innovative program that integrates multiple perspectives into your viewpoint of global issues today. With a great community and a supportive environment, SPSF really encourages for you to go out of your comfort zone and to try something new. So please join SPSF, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Okay, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm okay, thank you. I'd like to ask you some questions about your life, including academic life as well as the social life on this university. Okay, let me ask you first about your reasons or what attracts you from the SPSF program.
Right, so fundamentally I had an interest in education. I had an interest, I gain a lot of satisfaction from teaching others. And when I see the people who I teach grow, it makes me, I guess, feel a little bit happy inside, a little joyful. Other than that, I wanted to make some sort of change in the world. And to do that, I needed some sort of knowledge or general knowledge in a lot of fields. And the SPSF's interdisciplinary approach was the perfect grounds for that. That's why I chose SPSF.
That's very true because the SPSF is really emphasized those cross-disciplinary as well as interdisciplinary approach between the different departments as well as your own specialties. And maybe the second question could be, what is your life, how's your campus life so far? Maybe do you have experienced the online situation as well as the on campus?
Right. So with the current COVID situation, it's a mixture of hybrid and online classes. I do find that hybrid classes are a bit more interactive and a lot more fun, while online classes are generally less interactive. They are also just as important, I feel. In terms of campus life, I'm part of the table tennis club, and with that, I have a balance between academics, athletics, and a bit of my own free time. And it's a lot of fun, I guess.
Sure. Can you recommend anything, especially from those social activities, maybe?
Right, so the thing that I would recommend would be to kind of give it a try, explore, and try new things. Whether it be for 1 month or 2 months or a whole semester, if you don't give it a shot, you'll never really get anywhere.
Thank you very much for coming today.
So one thing that I would say to new students is to try new things. Whether it be new clubs or circles or internships, you're young. It's time to kind of explore and try new things. And it's okay if you fail or fall back a few steps, because failure is only temporary. Your future success awaits you. So try new things over and over again until they work out. Good luck.
We look forward to seeing you.